In the alternate world of the regular civilian lies, the dodgy transactions occupying the realm of organized crime. Therein lies tales of loyalty, betrayal, and the intricate dance of power. But above all, these sets of humans have run some of the most successful crime deals known to man. Join us as we sift through a world where alliances shift like the wind, and every decision could define the thin line between success, failure, life, and death. Here are the most successful crime structures and franchises ever founded. 18th Street Gang, $5 billion. The sun-drenched streets of the Pico Union District in Los Angeles were once the birthplace of a gang that would soon become infamous across the country. In the 1960s, a group of non-Mexican and mixed-race youth found themselves on the fringes of society, excluded from the ranks of another gang known as Clanton Street. It was in this atmosphere of exclusion and desperation that the seeds of the 18th Street Gang were sown. These young individuals, seeking a sense of belonging and protection, banded together and called themselves the 18th Street Gang, named after the streets that crisscrossed their neighborhood. With their distinctive tattoos, hand signs, and colors, they marked their territory and established their presence. In the early days, the 18th Street Gang was a small and relatively unknown entity, operating within the confines of their neighborhood. Their activities were limited to local turf battles and petty crimes, as they struggled to gain recognition and establish themselves in the gang landscape of Los Angeles. However, as time went on, the 18th Street Gang grew in both size and ambition. They realized that in order to survive and thrive, they needed to expand their influence beyond the boundaries of their neighborhood. They set their sights on Southern California, spreading their reach and recruiting new members from diverse backgrounds. The gang's open ethnic enrollment policy was a key factor in their rapid growth. Unlike other gangs that were often limited to specific ethnicities, the 18th Street Gang welcomed individuals from all walks of life. This inclusivity attracted youth from diverse backgrounds who sought the protection and sense of belonging that the gang offered. As the 18th Street Gang expanded, so did their criminal activities. They began to engage in drug trafficking, recognizing the immense profits that could be made in the illicit drug trade. Their network of distribution grew, smuggling narcotics such as cocaine, methamphetamine, and heroin into the streets of Southern California. But it wasn't just drugs that fueled the gang's rise. They also turned to extortion as a means of generating income. Businesses, individuals, and even rival gangs became targets of their demands for protection money. Those who refused to comply often faced brutal consequences, as the 18th Street Gang used violence and intimidation to maintain control and instill fear in their territories. The gang's reputation for violence and criminal activities soon caught the attention of other criminal organizations. They formed alliances with the Mexican Mafia and some Mexican transnational criminal organizations. These alliances further solidified their power and expanded their reach, providing them with additional resources, protection, and opportunities for collaboration in their illicit endeavors. As the 18th Street Gang solidified its power and influence within the United States, its ambitions knew no bounds. The gang's reach extended far beyond the borders of Southern California as they embarked on a transnational expansion that would establish their presence in countries across the globe. One of the key regions where the 18th Street Gang gained a foothold was Central America. Countries such as El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras became hotbeds for the gang's activities. Los Zetas, $4.1 billion. Decena, a former Mexican military soldier, played a pivotal role in the rise of Los Zetas. Born into a poor family, he joined the military with hopes of breaking the cycle of poverty. Excelling as a soldier in the Grupo Aeromóvil de Fuerzas Especiales, JAF, Mexico's equivalent of Delta Force, Decena showcased his exceptional skills and dedication. However, despite his achievements, Decena's loyalty shifted when he began accepting bribes from the Gulf Cartel. In 1997, he made the fateful decision to fully betray his military allegiance and accept an offer from the Gulf Cartel's leader, Ociel Cárdenas Guillén. Decena's recruitment was not a solitary act. He managed to convince 30 other soldiers to join him in this treacherous path. What made Decena and his fellow soldiers unique was their extensive military background and training. As members of GAIF, they had received direct training from the United States Army's 7th Special Forces Group in the 1990s. This training encompassed various aspects, including reading maps, operating weapons, understanding the battlefield, launching aerial attacks, and intelligence gathering. Ironically, the soldiers who were initially prepared for counter-militant and counter-narcotics operations found themselves becoming members of a drug cartel's hit squad. Their elite training and proficiency in advanced technology made Los Zetas stand apart from other cartels in Mexico. After years of operating as the Gulf Cartel's hit squad, Los Zetas eventually separated from their former allies and solidified their power as an independent criminal organization. This pivotal moment marked a significant turning point in their rise. In the same year as their separation, the initiator of Los Zetas, Ociel Cardenas Guillen, was captured. This event further fueled the cartel's determination to establish their own empire. With their remarkable technological advancements, communication skills, and ruthless tactics, Los Zetas expanded their business interests beyond the drug trade. Their illicit ventures included human trafficking, cigarette smuggling, and even selling oil plundered from Petróleos Mexicanos, Mexico's state-owned oil company. Los Zetas engaged in these vile businesses, continuously expanding their operations and gaining control over vast territories. In fact, Los Zetas achieved the largest territorial control in Mexico, with more than half of the country's states falling under their dominion. Their power and influence were unparalleled, making them the most terrifying cartel in Mexico's history. The period from 2011 to 2012 marked the zenith of Los Zetas' success. Their tactics spared no one who obstructed their plans, whether it be security forces, rivals from other cartels, civilians, officials, or even innocent children and babies. Los Zetas' mastery of communication and technology supported their ruthless actions, allowing them to eliminate enemies without hesitation. Yakuza, $25 billion. The Yakuza, known for their immense power and influence, made their presence known in the vibrant city of Honolulu in the 1960s. Initially, American authorities were oblivious to their internal workings, underestimating the scale of this criminal organization. Little did they know that the Yakuza would soon surpass the American Mafia in both size and influence, establishing themselves as one of the most formidable criminal forces in the world. Engaging in a wide range of illegal activities, the Yakuza left an indelible mark on the criminal landscape. Gambling, a vice deeply ingrained in their culture, became one of their primary sources of income. They operated underground casinos, attracting high-stakes gamblers from all walks of life. These establishments were not only lucrative, but also served as a means to establish connections and exert control over various sectors of society. However, the Yakuza's criminal endeavors extended far beyond the realm of gambling. Drug trafficking became another profitable venture for the organization. They capitalized on the growing demand for illicit substances, establishing intricate networks that spanned across borders. Their involvement in the drug trade allowed them to amass vast wealth and expand their influence. Weapon sales were yet another avenue through which the Yakuza sought to solidify their power. They supplied firearms and other deadly weapons to both domestic and international clients, further bolstering their reputation as a force to be reckoned with. This illicit trade not only provided them with financial gains, but also allowed them to exert control over rival factions and maintain their dominance. Human trafficking, a heinous crime that exploits the vulnerable, was also a part of the Yakuza's repertoire. They engaged in the trafficking of individuals, particularly women, for various purposes including forced labor and sexual exploitation. This abhorrent practice not only generated substantial profits for the organization, but also served as a means to exert control and instill fear within their ranks. In their pursuit of power and wealth, the Yakuza adopted the style and codes of American gangsters, heavily influenced by Hollywood cinema. They emulated the swagger and ruthlessness of their American counterparts, further enhancing their image as formidable criminals. This shift in style and demeanor contributed to the Yakuza's modernization and their ability to adapt to changing times. The number of Yakuza gangs increased significantly in the 1950s, with prominent families like the Yamaguchi Gumi and Inagawa Kai rising to prominence. These families played a crucial role in the Yakuza's expansion and consolidation of power, establishing themselves as major players in the global criminal underworld. Thank you for watching the video. You can share with us your views in the comment section, and if you are new to the channel, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss